Hey guys, my name's Steve, and in this video, I'm gonna take you through how to track and calculate your macros and log your food using MyFitnessPal. Now, if you're serious about getting results and making progress, then tracking and logging the foods that you're eating is gonna be one of the key elements that helps you get from where you are now to where you wanna be. If your goal is to gain weight, then you need to be consuming enough calories for you to do that. And if your goal is to lose fat and lose body weight, then you're going to need to put yourself in a deficit, which means that you're going to be eating less calories than what your body is burning. Something that I highly suggest that you get even before you open up MyFitnessPal is a food weighing scale. Because if you're not weighing your foods, then you're not going to know how much food you're actually consuming, and you're not going to be able to input it and log it into MyFitnessPal correctly. So make sure you've got a food weighing scale first so that you can accurately measure and weigh your food. I'll post a link in the description for where you can get one. To get started, you want to calculate your calories that you should be having. We've got a calorie calculator on our website, rhythmfitness.com.au. I'll post a link right here where you can calculate your calories, and that's going to tell you how many calories that you should be consuming day to day to reach your goals. All right, so let's go ahead and open MyFitnessPal up. Now, the first time you open this app up, you're probably going to need to create an account if you haven't already done so. So create an account. It's free to do. There is a paid option and a paid version of the app, which unlocks a few features, but for the most part, you can get away with just using the free version. So once you've created an account, open up the app and you'll be on the dashboard. Now, the information that you put into the app will calculate your calories, or you can use the calorie calculator that we just used before. So you can see the dashboard here. For myself, it's saying that I should be eating 3,565 calories, and that's for me to maintain my weight. Down the bottom, there's diary, newsfeed, plans, and more. The part that you'll be using the most is through the diary section. And this is where you can see I've got meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, meal 4, and meal 5 with snacks in there as well. So let me give you an example of the meals that I've had so far today, and we'll input them here together. Now, I'm gonna hit add food, and you can see in the history here, these are foods that I've already logged over the past previous days, so those recent foods are gonna be in here. If it is your first time using the app, or maybe you're trying a different food, then you'll search it at the top. But you can see here, this morning I had organic Australian rolled oats, and that is right here. I'm gonna click on that one. You can see the serving size I've set as 1 gram. And I had 80 grams of that this morning. So the number of servings that I'm gonna input and log is 80. So that's gonna equal 80 grams. So I'm gonna hit the tick on that one. And then I also had pear with the oats. Again, I'm using the serving size as 1 gram, and I'm giving myself 125 servings, which equals to 125 grams of pear. So I'm gonna tick that one again there. And then the last ingredient that I had with that meal this morning was almond milk. I had 250 mils. Sorry, the serving size is 250 mils, and I only had 125 mils. So I'm gonna put in half into that one. So I'm gonna hit check on there. I'm gonna go back to the diary, and you can see from here, my meal 1 is 386 calories, and you can see all the foods down there listed below. So I've just went ahead and added the second meal I've eaten today into MyFitnessPal, which was meal 2. There was 150 grams of rice, 15 grams of bulgogi sauce, which was a marinade that it was on the chicken. There was 150 grams of chicken thigh, and then 50 grams of green beans. So that meal there was 210 calories, which brings up my total food for the day up to 897 calories. You can see that at the top there. So something to be mindful of when you're inputting the foods that you're eating into MyFitnessPal is selecting the foods with the correct information. Now, to make sure that it is the correct information, sometimes it's good to look for the verification tick. So I'll try and give an example of this now. If I hop into diary, and then I'm going to add food, and I'm going to search for rump steak. You can see here that there's a whole bunch of different options. Some of these options might not be correct because it allows any user of the app to input a food into MyFitnessPal. But if you're looking for the foods with the green tick next to it, that's going to assure you that the information that's attached to that food, the calories, the carbs, the fats, and the protein is correct. So something that you could do at the start of the day when you're planning the meals ahead is inputting all of the meals in there and then clicking on the banner at the top. This banner at the top is going to open up the nutrition screen, which is going to show you the total amount of calories, carbs, fats, and proteins that you've logged that day. Now, if your goal is to hit 140 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and 80 grams of fats, you're gonna try and log your food so that you're hitting those macros. You can use this nutrition screen here to see if you've hit your macros for the day. Maybe your protein is a little bit low and you've only logged 120 grams out of the 140 grams that you should be eating. So you're gonna try and find out where you can add some more protein into your diet. Or maybe you've eaten 40 grams of extra carbs and that has blown your calories out. So you're gonna have to work out where you can decrease those carbs or fats so you can bring those calories back to the calories that you should be eating. So I wanna stress the importance of weighing your food with scales so that the volume of food that you're eating is correct with the amount of food that you're logging into MyFitnessPal, because it's easy to get it wrong. You might think that you're eating 200 grams of rice because you're eyeballing it and you think it's 200 grams of rice, when in fact it's actually 300 grams of rice. And if you're doing that multiple times a day, that could blow out your calories by a few hundred. Especially when you're eating foods that are very calorie dense, like peanut butter. You might grab a teaspoon of peanut butter and think it is 10 grams, when in fact it could be 20 grams, and there you've just blown out your calories by an extra 60. And again, you do that multiple times a day and multiple times a week, that's gonna end up with a whole bunch of extra calories at the end of the week. So I've went ahead and input all the food that I'll have today, which has ended up to be 3,255 calories. You can see here, meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, meal 4, and meal 5. So if my goal is to hit 3,565 calories and I've only eaten or logged 3,255, that gives me about 200 calories left in the day that I can have a play around with. Something that you can do in here as well is creating a meal. I'm gonna use a pizza. We're gonna make a pizza just as a good example because a pizza is easy to portion up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop over into the tab that says more. And then from that tab, we're going to scroll down into My Meals, Recipe and Foods. And then from there, we're going to create a recipe. Now, I'm gonna enter in the ingredients manually, and from here, I'm gonna call it Rhythm Pizza. And a pizza is cut up into 8 slices, so I'm going to say that the serving size is 8. That's gonna make this so much easier to calculate. All right, so from here, I'm gonna go next, I'm gonna go add ingredients. I'm gonna search for a pizza base. If you've got the pizza base from Coles or Woolworths or wherever it's from, you can scan the barcode as well so that you're directly inputting the exact pizza base that you've got or whatever food it is into this recipe. But just for this example, I'm gonna use the top one here. I'm gonna click yes on that. And then I'm going to add another ingredient. Let's just say pizza sauce. I'm not gonna go through all the ingredients that I'd add on a pizza because we'll be here forever. So you can see that I've completed the Rhythm Pizza. There is the pizza base, pizza sauce, pepperoni, and some cheese. I've weighed out all of those ingredients and then I've put it on the base of the pizza. I'm going to click next on that, and it's going to bring us to the screen where we can see the title is Rhythm Pizza. There's 8 servings, so there's going to be 8 slices. Each slice is going to have 108 calories. It's going to have 6.3 grams of fat, 8.5 grams of carbs, and 4.3 grams of protein. So you could do this with any meal, whether it is pasta, a chicken dish, whatever it is, but making sure that you're weighing all the ingredients before you put them all together into the recipe, and then you're serving it up into the serving size that you've created. So I hope this video has helped you understand and learn a little bit about MyFitnessPal and how to track your calories. Again, if you want to calculate the calories that you should be eating, hop over to rhythmfitness.com.au and then search for the macro calculator, input your details, it'll generate your calories. Good luck with it, guys. I hope you smash it.